So listen, we have a bunch of stuff, so it's fine to do anything. Nico. The reason it didn't work. Yeah, it won't work. What goes now? It's always gonna work. YouTube will do this thing. No one.
You think you own the road, don't you? You peddling pricks!
Well, that's done at least.
Yep, I'm doing it. I'm still tall. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be watching TikTok mostly. Down with the family. Everybody wants to be my enemy. I down with my name. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Everybody wants to be my enemy.
Competition. I'm actually beating some of these boys, and I think that I can get out of here pretty soon.
There are hoops on either side of this massive pit. One purple, one green. 2 at a time, you'll go into the pit. You'll have to take the balls that go with your assigned hoop and put them in the basket. Fastest time to get 10 balls in your hoop wins.
Sounds easy.
Oh wait, I forgot to mention. I don't think you forgot. It wouldn't be a basketball game without some defenders, right? Guys? Yo,
Those are big boxes.
oh my god!
No.
In this pit, there are anacondas, boas, and other types of snakes. In the trees defending the baskets, we got strikers. Holy shit! Hell no. Are you kidding me?
What? Run! How dare you do this to me? I don't know who came up with these things, but this is ridiculous. Who approved that? I hear the word snake, and I am panicking.
Oh my god.
Yo, this is kind of nice, actually.
Oh no. I have learned to fear snakes a lot. I'm absolutely terrified of this challenge right now. Yo, look how fast the yellow one! Look how fast that yellow one is going! Now we're gonna see which one of you has the real Mamba mentality. With the snakes. Is there a way we don't do this one? Alright, let's see. The first 2 going up are...
You guys can do this.
I'm not the first one, and I will not be the first one.
Fitness Marshall and Adapt.
This is a light day for me. Get me in there.
Let's go! Come on!
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Adapt, you're gonna be shooting into the green hoop.
Yep.
Fitness Marshall, purple hoop.
Got it.
There's a snake by my basket. I have no past experience with snakes. I've never touched a snake. I've never held a snake. Why do you hit things? I am so scared to be here. I have to try to dance my way through this competition the best way I know how. I will not be the #1 chicken because I will not disappoint my father like I did in middle school when I quit the basketball team. Today you're gonna grab your snake, you're gonna slither all around the basketball court field, and you're gonna get the competition. You're gonna sneak in like this and go, gotcha, bitch.
Why you?
Looking for any clear path to entry. Don't really want to go in that way.
They don't like this, huh? I have played basketball almost my whole life. I'm looking confident at the competition. I don't really see any serious threats. I'm definitely not going to get second place again today. I just know I'm off of this show. There's just no way I'm on this again, doing another one of these.
Okay, remember guys, it's the fastest time to get all 10 balls in your basket. Here's a little pregame motivation. I hope you all have strong stomachs because the next challenge, you're gonna need this. Not too many things scare me besides eating things. I just don't like to eat things, so I'm not prepared for any type of food that they're bringing on the show. Save yourselves because the next one is gonna be tough to swallow. Are you guys ready? Ready. All right, that was a fail. All right, on your marks. Get set. Oh my gosh, there's a snake on my foot.
Oh my God.
All right, here we go. On your marks. Get set. Go.
The minute I got in there, I just froze for a second because I cannot see under the water. And I am so afraid. So this is a really hard moment for me.
Oh, that's one for a dab already. He's moving. One for finish partial, two for a dab.
Yeah.
Oh, he missed. Three for a dab. They are moving.
I'm not even thinking about the snakes at all. I have no other option.
Oh, there it is.
My God.
I made the jumper.
You just made that shit.
Oh, there you go. Three for finish partial. Is that five for a dab? Oh my gosh, they are moving. Oh, he's trying to go for the three-pointer. Yes. Keep going, keep going. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? One more and time for a dab. He dunked it.
Talk to me,
Come on, Caleb. Come on. Keep going, keep going. Time.
Did you go so fast? Shit! I am so disappointed. All I can think about is Brittany looking down on me from whatever tower they have her locked in, saying, Caleb, I wish you could have done better for me. So I just feel like I let down Brittany, and I let down myself. Whew.
That was crazy.
Yo, you see that jumper?
Yeah, I saw that.
I did what I had to do. I came out on top, made a jumper, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm very excited to get off of this forever. Never do another one of these again.
We got Amanda and Quinn going up next. Amanda, you'll be shooting in the purple hoop, and Quinn, you got the green hoop.
How the do I always go last? I'm glad we're going last. At least we're not going to be dirty as long.
1000% the best you went last. You know what you need to do, and you don't get to sit around in your own filth. That is horrible.
I don't think there's a single video on my YouTube channel that has prepared me to play basketball with snakes. Hey guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel.
Hi.
We're back with another fashion video. It's a bit different, but I'm obsessed with it. I'm really excited to wear this one. I put my hair up, kind of matched the like. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Rug! I'm scared of snakes. You know I would never do this in life. And I do not know how to shoot a basketball. So I think I really have this one in the bag.
Bro, I'm gonna beat you, bro. I'm like a speedboat.
A speedboat with no engine. You're like a paddle boat and both of the paddles are broken. It's just hard to hear all this trash coming from someone who literally did not pick up one scorpion.
It's just not real. Get closer. Why are you so far? No way I'm doing this. You guys are all crazy. I'm gonna go so hard in this shit. All right, Amanda, Gwen, are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, have you fixed my pipe here?
Yeah, it's all done. You want to be 600? How you want it?
I just paid my rent. I don't have enough to pay you.
I can't do this job for nothing. We have to work something out.
Why did you say? Yeah, I can pay you.
Sorry. Hello?
Hello, am I speaking to Nathan? This is Lots calling. Our system has detected your new user who has recently downloaded our game. We have sent 2 million free coins to your account. We just wanted to check if you had received them.
What? 2 million? Well, I didn't come up with a single penny.
Please rest easy, sir. You don't have to spend a single penny in our game. And you can get up to 10 million free coins for every 15 minutes you spend playing the game.
Wait a second. You know, I've seen plenty of games like this. You're going to make me top up the jackpot.
No need to spend a single penny. You can hit the jackpot in as soon as 5 minutes. And if you're lucky enough, you can even hit the jackpot with just 10 spins.
Well, jackpot's that easy? Well, what about the payout?
The payout is extremely high. You can still turn it all around with just a dozen coins.
Oh, we're gonna try out this game. I want to play it too.
Click on the link below this video. The next jackpot.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Go. Oh, what? She's shooting. Guys, get closer, get closer. Holy shit. Want to get as close as possible. Come on. Here we go, Amanda.
mud pit full of snakes. That was so horrible, but I did it, and I didn't cry.
I love them. Like, I want snakes. My mom has a fear of snakes.
This might shock you, but Earth is...
Yeah, that's true.
is in the middle of a mass
Let's see
extinction
this.
right now.
Yeah, I'm just watching random.
Next to us, meddling humans. In fact, more than 1 in 5 species on the planet today faces extinction. And that's predicted to rise to 50% by the end of the century, unless we do something about it. But what if I told you extinction isn't as permanent as you think? Thanks to the wonders of science, we might even be able to turn back the hands of time by reviving some long-lost species. So, without further ado, let's take a look at some extinct animals that might walk the earth once more. The woolly mammoth. What has huge tusks, a furry winter coat, and weighs up to 6 tons? Woolly mammoths. Duh. Of course, none of us have seen these breathtaking giants in our lifetimes because they went extinct thousands of years ago. Although they were once thought to have vanished during the last ice age, a recent discovery has revealed that the last isolated colony of around 500 to 1,000 woolly mammoths actually lived on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean as recently as 4,000 years ago. Unlike the elephants we know today, which populate habitats like the savannas of Africa and Asian jungles, woolly mammoths could be found in the tundra, which stretched across northern Asia, many parts of Europe, and the northern part of North America. Their smaller ears, shorter tails, and extra thick coats protected them from frostbite and made them well adapted to these chilly conditions there. In fact, the woolly mammoth played such an integral role in the upkeep of this environment that it has also been nicknamed the mammoth steppe. Many scientists think the woolly mammoths died off when the weather became warmer and their food supply changed. Although, unsurprisingly, it also seems like pesky humans and their habit for overhunting may have had something to do with it. But could we be seeing the woolly mammoth again sometime soon? The possibility is more likely than you think.
44 trophy draws. There's a winner every minute on Jackpot Joy.
Over the years, a handful of well-preserved woolly mammoth specimens have been found frozen inside.
They should be not. Yeah, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go.
Period permafrost, and these could now be the key to reviving the long-dead species. It might sound like something from a sci-fi movie, but scientists are hopeful that we might soon see animals we once considered extinct return through something they like to call de-extinction. Before we go any further, you can make sure Be Amazed never goes extinct by following these simple steps. Just hit those like and subscribe buttons and ring that little bell icon to make sure you stay up to date. After all, the world would be a bleaker place without the kind of weird, wonderful, and downright amazing content that'll keep you entertained for hours, right? Now, let's jump back in. The possibility of resurrecting species through de-extinction has become more and more likely thanks to advances in the fields of selective breeding, genetics, and reproductive cloning technologies. In the latter part of the 20th century, tools emerged that allowed scientists to isolate and analyze DNA from the bones, hair, and other tissue of dead animals like frozen mammoths. At the forefront of these advances is a handy tool for gene modification known as CRISPR-Cas9, which can be used to isolate specific traits of mammoth DNA that could then be integrated into another animal's DNA, like a super sciencey cut and paste tool. This could come in particularly useful for bringing back the woolly mammoth because their closest relative is still living, the Asian elephant. Once the relative genes have been swapped from the extinct species into the living one, the hybrid genome would be implanted into a circuit, or could even be grown ex vitro outside the mother, using an artificial womb. This approach doesn't produce genetically identical copies of extinct animals, but rather modern versions of an animal engineered to look and behave like its extinct relative. So the end result would be a sort of mammothant, well adapted to the conditions of the far north, with shorter ears and a thick, hairy coat, rather than a bona fide woolly mammoth. But why should we bring the woolly mammoth back in the first place? Well, it could actually have some major environmental benefits. According to George Church, the researcher heading up the Harvard Woolly Mammoth Revival Team, bringing back the giants could help convert the Arctic tundra back to grasslands that existed during the last ice age. You see, mammoths and other large herbivores trampling across the ancient Arctic ecosystems helped maintain the grasslands by knocking down trees and spreading grass seeds in their dung. But when these animals vanished, the ecosystem transitioned into the mossy tundra and taiga we see today, with permafrost that is starting to melt, gradually releasing harmful carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Russian geophysicist Sergei Zimov has already carried out extensive research proving that tundra can be converted back to grasslands with the reintroduction of grazing animals. With the mammoth herd taking part in something like this, the results could indeed be astounding. But how close are we to bringing the woolly mammoth back? In 2017, Church said that we could see live woolly mammoths in a couple of years, while Dr. Tom Ellis, who's leading research into synthetic biology and genome engineering at Imperial College London, thinks it'll take at least 10 years. But things are advancing every year. In 2019, top-end scientists in Japan made a breakthrough when cells recovered from a 28,000-year-old preserved mammoth showed signs of life. So at this point, it certainly feels like a question of when, not if, we will see these giants walk among us again. Thylacine. All this talk of de-extinction might be exciting, but we're still many steps away from recreating Jurassic Park. Because these newfangled revival techniques mostly rely on the analysis of DNA that can be recovered from well-preserved specimens, de-extinction does not extend to dinosaurs yet. Partly because of the extreme old age of specimens and the severe degradation of DNA over time. For that reason, we're most likely to see species revived that went extinct far more recently, like the thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger. This was a large, sandy-colored creature with distinctive dark stripes along its back, with the head of a wolf and a long, stiff tail. The thylacine was native to the Australian mainland, Tasmania, and New Guinea. It's thought to have become extinct on mainland Australia some 3,000 years ago, but survived on the southern island of Tasmania until the 20th century. Because the thylacine was a keystone predator, they were accused of sheep killing, and government-sponsored bounties were applied, which ultimately helped to eradicate the species. The last known thylacine in existence was a male specimen who was taken to Australia's Hobart Zoo, where it died on September 7, 1939. As if practically killing off the entire species wasn't enough, this thylacine is also said to have died of neglect. Having been locked out of his sheltered sleeping quarters, he was exposed to a rare occurrence of extreme Tasmanian weather, extreme heat during the day, and freezing temperatures at night. And with that, the thylacine was wiped out for good. But that could all be about to change. About 750 thylacine specimens are held in museums, and most are pelts or bones with little viable DNA. But 13 young were removed from their mother's pouches and preserved in ethanol, and it was announced that in 2017 that one of these babies, held in the Melbourne Museum, had provided enough high-quality genetic material for researchers to sequence the animal's entire genome. For those who don't speak fluent science, a genome is basically an organism's complete set of genetic instructions. Because each genome contains all the information needed to build cloned that organism and allowed it to grow and to develop, successfully sequencing one basically means that scientists now have the genetic blueprint to resurrect an extinct animal. The Thylacine genome has revealed details about marsupial's evolution and its decline toward extinction. This is a crucial step in possible plans to clone the creature. Cloning may sound like sci-fi nonsense, but it's already proven to be a viable option. In the 1990s, a technique known as somatic cell nuclear transfer, or SCNT, was used to produce the first mammalian clone, Dolly the sheep, who was born in 1996 and died in 2003. But to clone an extinct animal, scientists would take a preserved cell and extract the nucleus. They would then swap this nucleus into an egg cell from the animal's closest living relative and implant the egg into a surrogate host. Long extinct animals, like the woolly mammoth, may never be cloned, but it might just work for animals like the thylacine. Mike Archer, a paleontologist from the University of New South Wales, led a pioneering project that explored thylacine cloning in the early 2000s, and in 2013, his team succeeded.
Wait. Is this a car? Yeah, it's a car. I'm gonna bet. I don't know. I'm gonna bet this one. What the? It's some greenstone. I'll bet. Yeah, baby, drop!
In cloning the embryos of another extinct species, the gastric brooding frog. And in 2008, a team spearheaded by Andrew Pask from the University of Melbourne were the first to take genetic material from an extinct species and make it function inside a living one by inserting thylacine DNA involved in bones and cartilage development into mouse embryos. Cloning a thylacine will be more challenging than Church's project to resurrect the mammoth using the Asian elephant, because there is no equivalent species for the thylacine. But Pask's work has demonstrated that what we once considered a ridiculous possibility 20 years ago is now becoming increasingly possible. So when it comes to bringing the thylacine back, never say never. What do you make of the whole de-extinction thing? Is it an ace idea or a moral minefield? I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going. Now, where were we? The dodo. Gone the way of the dodo is an all-too-common sigh of remorse uttered when yet another species joins the ever-growing list of recent extinctions. In fact, because of the rapid decline of this species, as well as its reputation for being a few sandwiches short of a picnic, the dodo bird has become sort of a poster child for extinction. This flightless bird wasn't such a looker either. It was bigger than a turkey, weighing about 50 pounds, and had a blue-gray plumage, a big head, tiny, useless wings, and stout yellow legs. The birds lived on the island of Mauritius and were first seen by Portuguese sailors around 1507. They were ultimately driven to extinction in the late 1600s after invasive species outcompeted the bird for food and ate its young. Less than 75 years after sailors colonized its island home, the dodo bird was completely wiped out. But as we've now learned, extinction doesn't always mean forever. There's been talk of dodo de-extinction at Revive and Restore, which is an organization focused on the genetic rescue of endangered and extinct species, with the advancements being made to restore the woolly mammoth and other such creatures.
Yeah, you just woke me up now.
But there was one big problem. Dodo DNA is
want to
extremely
sleep.
hard to find.
Why is it still not
Remains of the
working?
dodo is a head and foot at Oxford, a foot in the British
been
Museum, a head
20
in
minutes or
Copenhagen,
what?
and more or less complete skeletons in
I'm
various museums throughout Europe,
thanks for
United
waking
States,
me
and
up.
Mauritius. But in 2016, there was a major breakthrough. Beth Shapiro, an evolutionary biologist in the University of California, announced that the whole genome of the extinct dodo bird had been sequenced, using the genome of the Nicobar pigeon, the dodo's closest living relative, as a template. What's more, Mauritius, having lost the majority of its endemic species, is now home to some of the most incredible recovery projects of endangered species in the world. The majority of endemic species are now confined to small, intensely managed reserves and predator-free satellite islands to protect them from the very thing that wiped out the dodo, invasive species. Before humans turned up, Mauritius was a haven of birds and reptiles, with a few species of bats being the only mammals endemic to the island. If the invasive mammals that have since thrived there were controlled, the dodo might just stand a chance of survival. Scientists have already been toying with the idea. One approach would involve genetically engineering animals so they breed themselves out of existence using a sex-biasing gene. Of course, this is all speculative for now, but it certainly seems like the return of the dodo could still be imminent. From one flightless bird to another, allow me to introduce you to the moa, a group of at least 9 species of enormous birds, some measuring up to 2 tall, weighing in at a colossal 510 pounds. These great introduced species further helped to seal their doom. But having been gone for well over 700 years, it seems like there might be hope yet for these big old birds. That's because scientists at Harvard University have been able to assemble the first nearly complete genome for an extinct moa species, the little bush moa. Don't be fooled by the name, though. The little bush moa was hardly small. It stood more than 4.3 feet tall and weighed approximately 66 pounds. That's heavier than a husky. The DNA was reconstructed from the toe bone of a single museum specimen in 2018, and it might begin a new chapter in researching bygone birds. The team, led by Harvard's Alison Cloutier, utilized high-throughput sequencing techniques, which allowed them to sequence hundreds of thousands of strands of DNA all at once. In another sister study, they used the little bush moa genome, along with other DNA data, to determine that moas are most closely related to kiwis, emus, and cassowaries. The fact that all 3 of these birds are still living opens up a world of possibilities. Resurrection of the moa would require a little more genetic tinkering of the DNA extracted from the museum specimen, and an egg from a living species that the genome could be implanted into. Thankfully, the 6-inch long, 1-pound eggs that emus lay might be just the ticket. But this step has proven harder in birds than it is with mammals. A reconstructed genome can be introduced into a mammalian egg with a cloning technique that created Dolly the sheep. But that doesn't work in birds. Yet. One is to get a workaround that recently succeeded in chickens, which involves putting the genome into embryo cells that become eggs or sperm to succeed in wild birds. So, the moa might remain in the land of the dead for now, but it's safe to say we shouldn't count them out just yet. Siberian unicorn. What if I told you unicorns once walked among us? I'm not talking about the graceful creatures from children's books. I'm talking about a totally different beast.
to this one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If I ever need points in this life, still 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah. Oh. Didn't work. How was it too glitched out though?
Hey, man.
Probably I'm invisible. Oh, I bet the Chinese thing was. Bet that was the reason. Well, don't tell me put mic on it. Mic on. It did. Oh, this stupid game.
Alright, take the money. At least pretend to love me.
Okay.
Oh, I lost the sub. Whatever.
Oh, shit, this stinks.
Oh, man. Oh, for God's sake. Try this. I don't wanna die, no weiter, don't die, oh no weiter. I don't wanna die, no weiter, Papa. No weiter, no weiter, hey. I don't wanna die, Bit into the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now I should.
and red.
Oh my god, what is this stuff they say? Oh, now it has modded off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. What the fuck, man? What? I don't. What? Oh, yeah. I don't know how to get in the white. What?
fast doesn't mean I want to slow down. Today, I'm going to show you the evolution of the streams and the next steps I plan to take. Without further ado, I would like to present Oni Studios. So what is Oni Studios exactly? Lachlan has King Power, Nate Shot has 100 Thieves, it's got to be something like that. Well, not really. It's not an esport organization. Oni Studios is made for content creators. As you can see here, we're working out of this temporary office space, but this is just the beginning. I do gotta say this, don't worry, my content is not changing, it's not going anywhere.
Yes, the video is finally here, and it says, don't put that away. Now, go.
5 minutes of peaceful bliss before the morning mayhem. All very long.
And you go to Paris, once you talk on the play, well, we did 12. You guys are talking. You're gonna...
Well, they're totally fucking insane if they think that's our obligation. No way.
30 minutes with us, and take like somewhat like that.
I know,
Anyways,
dude.
guys, right
This
now,
whole fucking thing sucks.
Hell.
Hello. What can I do for you? Oh, hey. You're in trouble. Okay. I'll deal with it.
I can't do it. Of course, don't do